Hey, everybody. I know it's been over a week since the election, but welcome to our post election Tantrums from Tirades episode with Dave and Carolyn.
All right, all right, all right, all right. I do love Matthew McConaughey. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Dave and Carolyn, Tantrums and Tirades. Hello, Dave.
What's good, Carolyn?
Joe Biden, that's what's new. What you think about that, Dave? How did you feel? How did you feel? What do you think? Did he win? Did he win, Dave?
Well, they're trying to say he didn't, but he did. He won. He won. Just
He won.
come on, guys. It's over. He won.
He won.
Every 4 years, does
mean,
everyone have to get so upset that when they lose? I mean, either side. But seriously, like,
yeah,
everyone's taking it to a new
yeah,
level this year. Cut it. He won. Just
exactly.
stop.
He won.
Hey, you know
And
who
here's my
congratulated him?
what?
George Bush.
Who?
George W. Bush congratulated him. You know who congratulated him? His former secretary in one of his cabinets, John Bolton, congratulated
Right.
Biden for winning. Come
Yes.
on, it's over.
Come on. It's over. And here's the thing. Nobody could be as humiliated as Hillary Clinton was. Come on. Come on now.
That's true.
He thinks that what happened to him is worse than what happened to Hillary?
No,
Come on.
no.
Come on.
She doesn't have a
What?
career anymore. That's how bad it is. Come on.
Yes. She
Her career's
was
over.
it was like the Jodie Foster movie where she went to to shoot some pool at that pool hall. I can't think of the name of that movie with Jodie Foster, and she wound up getting bent over a pool table. It was horrible. That's what happened to Hillary Clinton. Now, for this guy to think that he was going to win with the Lincoln Project out there versus QAnon. How did he ever think he was going to win?
That's
Lincoln Project, QAnon.
Okay, for people that don't know the Lincoln Project too, it's a group of Republicans who started a special interest group against Trump. They're like, this dude is just tearing everything apart. We got to get him out. It doesn't matter. I mean, that should
Yes,
really tell you something.
yes. And the Lincoln Project is the most brutal thing that I have seen since the Tea Party. I mean, the Lincoln Project is vicious, but the difference is they're intelligent also. Because I look at it like this: the Tea Party came in with John McCain, and John McCain thought it was the most terrifying thing he had saw in a long time. But he picked Sarah Palin, who says, "This is great." And we see what happened to him. So this guy picked QAnon and militia groups and the Proud Boys, and he literally thought that was a good way to go. And I'm just like, no, don't do that if you want to win. It didn't even work for John McCain, you know. And it was Obama's second go around. We know how much they hated Obama by the second go around.
He
So
said he felt like the moment that John McCain picked Sarah Palin, he wrote this in like his memoir or something. It came out recently. He was like, that's when I felt like this whole American politics thing took a really dark turn.
it took a dark turn. And even though John McCain is a hero beyond measure, look what happened there to an
But is he if he
intelligent.
got captured? Just
Yeah, he
just
got
asking.
captured by
Just
he got captured by the people who got him to pick Sarah Palin. I think
so
I
he got
think
captured twice. First with the Viet Cong in the
yeah,
Vietnam War, and then with the party that made him choose Sarah Palin, all
they
of his
made him choose
advisors.
Sarah Palin, and then tried to make him accept the Tea Party. Now here we are, flash forward 8 years later, and here we are with the militia party, and Trump is like,
Hey, by the way, I
great.
still got some applications out there. I might be joining one pretty soon here. Just heads up.
Well, hey, Dave, from what I understand, they're always recruiting. So when he lost, I didn't understand why he thought it was unfair. Because here's the difference that I look at it like this, Dave. And it's kind of like, once again, I don't know if anybody heard what we talked about last time with Dave Chappelle. Watch the monologue. It's really intelligent, it's really smart, and it hits on everything about, and I hate to keep saying this, white people always thinking that they're the underdogs. And I just want to tell you people, if you don't stop anything else, please stop that one, because you are not the freaking underdog. Dave, I want to say to you, the other thing that troubles me the most, it just sets my soul on fire, is now they're saying black people help Biden win. That's how he won. Nope. Dave, do you know who helped Biden win?
Actually, the biggest difference was with white men. That's who. That's who put them over the top.
And Dave, what did they do? What did they do at the poll, Dave? Would you please tell people what they did at the poll? What they did at the poll, Dave, was they said, click him, Joe Biden. And then they went back over and they said yes to everybody else. That's what your people did. That's what white people did. And
here's the thing about white men. This is why they voted for Biden. Is they recognize when management's doing a poor job or not. It's just
thank you.
That breaks against party ideologies with white men. It's like either you're managing it well or you're managing it poorly. That's it.
Or you're managing it poorly. And people wanted to make it about black people. Listen, all Democrats are not black people. So I don't know why you people are always thinking it's us. It's like, just keep saying it's black people, and white people will keep saying it's whatever it is, because we never know what's going to be new with you people. So you all keep changing the rules when it comes to politics, but it's always us. People saved us. No, we did not. This time, Dave, black people did not elect Joe Biden. Trump
They really didn't. There was a bigger turnout for both of them, I think.
Trump voters elected Joe Biden. See, we were already voting the way we've been voting all our lives that we've been voting. We might trickle over there every now and then, but that's not a steady meal for us. We don't eat over there like other people do. We don't. We don't mess with that buffet, because it's too many things over there. We like this buffet over here, where it's the same freaking things over and over again. We're gonna do everything we can to make your black lives better, and we know that's not true. But the Republicans like to keep adding things to the buffet. But this go round, I want to say to everybody out here who's upset Joe Biden won, I want you to look at your white friend next to you. That's who elected Joe Biden. Because we were already going to do that vote. So I just want you people to know, black people did not elect Joe Biden, Dave.
Come on, you know how many rappers voted for Trump? He's the most hip-hop president we've ever had, even more than Obama.
You see what I'm saying?
50 Cent was all aboard. He's like, oh, hell no, my taxes are going to go up under Biden. He's like, hell no.
Right. And listen, those are the votes he didn't get, because we know they didn't. Lil Wayne voting, nah, don't think so. He ain't voting on Dope Day. It wasn't Dope Day, so I don't think he voted. But if that's who he's thinking is going to bring us over to his side, he picked the wrong. Trump never did pick the right black person throughout the whole thing. Throughout the whole.
Well, it definitely wasn't Herman Cain. God rest his soul.
Hello, because he killed Herman Cain. He picked Ice Cube, Lil Wayne. I think somebody, I don't know, 50 Cent, who recanted after a white woman offered him sex. He said, "Hey, I'm voting Democratic."
That's all it took.
Chelsea Handler said, "You cut it out, you're a black man. Stop talking like that." And she snapped him. It took a white woman yet again to get the best out of a black man. Sorry, that's not right. That's not right. I'm sorry.
I'm not even. I'm leaving that in, and there's no way I'm touching that one. I'm not even going to comment on it.
Don't touch that, Dave. Only I can touch that stove. So I just want to say to you all out there who are holding up signs saying, I'm gonna kill black people and Indians. I don't know if people saw that sign on Fox News. I want to let you know, no, no. If it's time to start killing people, you got to kill your white neighbor first, because they're the ones who put Biden in. And once again, I have to say, people have got it wrong.
As your white neighbor, I'm going to disagree with Carolyn. Don't kill me or come my way with violence. Maybe just go to the state that has legal marijuana and chill out for a week.
Now, hey, that is a good one, Dave. But I'm telling you, when you have a poster and you're holding it up and says it's time to start killing black people and Indians, and Fox News says that's too far, it's true. It's true. Even when Fox News on a Sunday, I mean, not through the week, they're not going to recognize it through the week, but on Sunday, Fox News says no, that's too far for us. We want you to cut it out. Now, on Sunday night, Fox News said Trump lost. Even Trump got up this morning and said, I lost. Did you see that, Dave?
Yeah, he accidentally let it out.
Dave, it was killing him. Joe Biden wouldn't take the bait. So he said it himself. He said Joe Biden won because they cheated. And then some other people had to start saying, you just said Joe Biden won? And then he came back out just like science. And he says, the media says, Dave, that Joe Biden won. Like, once again, like science, he has decided everybody who voted, they don't count. The media is the ones who decided Joe Biden won. I mean, just like...
And we don't have to listen to the media, therefore Trump won.
Exactly. Thank you. So it was really none of the people, the 100 million plus, 160, whatever it was, who voted. None of those votes matter in this guy's mind. And the 70-some million people who voted for him, do they really, really believe that all of that was a farce, and the media decided at the end of 6 or 7 days that, we're tired of waiting. Joe Biden won. Come on.
We can do whatever we want, and everyone will, everyone that runs the polls, they'll just all go with it. All the people that do the job of counting. And by the way, there's both sides. They literally have both sides at like each polling station, both parties.
Exactly. It's been plenty of people in polling places all the way up to now. Now you need, 40 people standing around from the Proud Boys with guns in the polling place while they're counting. That's the only way they could get an accurate count. Now,
because if you stand next to someone with a gun pointed at their head and they're about to say Biden and you push that gun a little bit closer, then they might say Trump.
Yeah, right. Now, here's my question, Dave. Were these people he was gonna send in with the guns, were they Russians? Because that sounds like a Russian election, people. That is not how we do it here. We don't send armed people in to help people count votes. We just don't do that in America. Stop it.
To be fair, Nevada was dogging it for a minute there. It maybe made sense for them to go into Nevada because they were really dragging ass.
Yeah, but you know why? Because they didn't want they thought that the casinos would go up in flames. They thought, blackjack dealers were going to be killed in the streets. You
They were
know,
trying to play it smart.
yeah, they did not want the afternoon strippers murdered trying to get to work.
Heavens
You know,
no. Heavens no.
so that's why they said we're going to be the very last ones. But everybody can tell where this is going. You know, and so now here's the funniest part of this hysterical joke that continues to go on. Guess who's in charge of his legal team?
Who?
Guess who is the smartest lawyer Trump knows?
Rudy Giuliani?
Ah, yes, yes, it's about to get very exciting.
I want to see him in court again, like legit in a court case, because a lot of his old colleagues have been like, he was great in his day, but I would not put him in front of a judge right now.
Dave, listen, you could only put this man in front of a lawn supply store. I mean, not even in front of a Home Depot. This dude is in the middle. Who even knew it would be a lawn supply? If somebody told you that they're go to the lawn supply store and you'll know you there because it's a porn shop on one side, and I don't even what the porn shop just overwhelmed it. I don't even remember what was on the other side. Do you remember what was on the other side of the lawn supply
Nah, I
store?
wasn't paying attention to that.
I mean, because the porn store just really just took it to a whole nother level. And once he realized he was in front of the wrong place, when they drove up and said, "Wait a minute, where are we going?" Forget driving up. On the way there, Dave, didn't it dawn on them? This does not seem like the right way, you know? But to set that up anyway, it just goes to show you why he didn't win as president. Not because, all the other stuff that he did that may have scared people and stuff like that. But you pick a person that once they realize that this is not the place they were trying to do this big news conference in front of, but would continue to do it anyway. And everybody else pile out of the car and say, let's go for it. I mean, come on. That's why he lost.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you. It was. I mean, come on. The dude didn't even have. Did he even have any plan? Like, they were saying that he didn't have, like, any economic plans. It was, like, one page or something like that. And it was, like, a repeat of, like, 2016, what he had before.
Exactly.
I mean, they didn't plan anything.
Right.
Let alone a COVID response. I mean, we all know there's no plan for that.
Hey, the dude said, come November the 4th, we ain't gonna never hear about this again. Come on. Dude, keep some of it a secret. I mean, he literally refused to keep any of it a secret. I mean, at least Joe Biden was smart enough not to be over there saying, yeah, I'm going to stack the court if I start hearing crap I don't like.
He was telegraphing that really early. Like, we need to get the Supreme Court nominee because we're trying to decide the election in court. We're not trying to win votes. We're just trying to decide it in court. We're just trying to cause enough chaos to to cast enough doubt so that we can decide it in court. That's the plan. And they telegraphed that so early on.
So early. Who lets every cat you have out of the bag? Who does that? Oh, I know, Trump. And then you have the people on Fox rebroadcasting. Warning, Will Robinson. Warning. I mean, just like the people who were eating it, everybody is not going to eat that borscht. I mean, you got to really like that.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And that doesn't mean they're going to leave the table. It just means they're not going to eat that course. So that's what happened, people. So while you're wondering how did so many horrible Republicans continue to win over and over and over this election season, but Trump didn't, it's because people said, right side, now I'm back on the left side. Because it's the second course. It was the second course. So stop wondering how it happened. It wasn't fraud. It wasn't trickery. It wasn't mind games. It was the fact that some people said, I don't like the first course. I don't want the snails, but I want the steak. So I'm just gonna say that's what I saw happen. So
And a
if
lot
you
of
want to, what?
I agree with you. So a lot of people are saying like, how could this election be rigged? Why would the Democrats make it that close if
Right,
they were going to rig it? But then also lose seats in the House and
right,
not gain the Senate seats that they got. That's the worst. If they were going to rig it, they did the worst job rigging it. So
worse.
it can't be rigged. I actually disagree with that line of thinking because the Democrats are actually pretty incompetent. And if they were going
Yeah,
to try and rig something, it probably would look like this.
it would look like this. It would look
And
like
it
this
would just be
because
it,
yeah,
it would just be terrible. It was like, wow, you
it
guys
would be
tried to rig it, and
terrible.
this is the best you could come up with.
Yeah,
Wow.
it would be terrible. But here's the thing: we know the Democratic Party is not, they're not smart enough to come up with this. They're just not. We're just not. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not running for anything, so it's not me. But they're not. We're not smart enough for that. Plus, we don't really believe in that because once again, while the Republicans Party is constantly looking for someone to come take them over, the Democratic Party, they don't believe in that. You saw AOC and her group of ninjas, try to secretly take over. And Nancy Pelosi said, "Look, girl, we don't play that. Get out of here. We don't believe in the taking over of the party. We don't believe in that." Where the Republicans have said, "This is our new thing. Whoever can take over our party with the most shenanigans, the most ridiculous ideas, the things that nobody wants to hear, come on." But what they have done foolishly is they have energized so many people who literally had no energy to waste on this kind of shenanigans. They have literally made them come alive, and I don't think these people will be quiet ever again. So I gotta say thank you to Trump for that. I mean, if I had to go through 4 years of Trump to get to a part where 160 million people voted or whatever, the biggest election vote in history, I think the 4 years of Trump was worth that.
It's a really big price to pay.
Yeah, but you know what? For big change, you need, you know, big things to happen.
Big
You need a
chaos
big,
before the big
yeah.
change.
You need that. What is that thing that's coming? That's hurtling to the earth. That they
The
say
meteor.
that
You need the
yeah, that's
meteor.
been coming. That's been coming for the last, I don't know, since I was a kid. 50, 60 years. It's been coming. Okay, well, it hit 4 years ago. It was called Donald Trey
So
Trump.
so Trump and COVID are going to be the meteor that takes out the baby boomers. Is that what you're telling me?
There you go. Hey, you see it happening every day. It's happening every day. So, nobody said it. I mean, we thought it was going to fall out of the sky. That's when we thought science was real. But now we know there's no such thing as science. Now we know
Only fake
Donald Trump.
news.
It's only Donald Trump and fake news. So I'm gonna say, chill out, people. Get over yourselves. Other people are allowed to vote for whoever they want to, and they cannot vote for Trump if they don't want to. And since they didn't want to, get over yourselves. You know, go hunt your neighbor down who voted for Biden because it's the same thing that happened to Hillary. Same kind of win. Nobody cried but us in the streets, and I say us like Democrats. We cried in the street, and we went home. We went home.
I think the most amazing thing about Trump's second run is the first run he won because he basically called out all the BS on the system for what it is. He's
Right.
like, oh, the economy's great. Yeah, right. This is all a sham. You know what I mean?
Right.
Then he becomes president and runs on the fact that it's still a sham, but he's in charge.
Yes.
And like,
He's in charge.
how do you?
Right. One day is a sham day. The next day is the greatest economy since economies started being recorded.
And he almost loaded that strategy. He almost lied. It's like it is a deep state. He's like, I'm fighting the deep state. It's still a sham, but I'm working on it. Like he
I'm
almost
working
won
on
with that.
Right. And now he's firing everybody like it matters. They're all fired anyway. Who cares who he fires? They're fired anyway. What you think that Joe Biden? Do people think Joe Biden is gonna come in and say, "All right, everybody who worked for Trump, raise your hand so I can give you the best job"? And no, they're fired. You're fired. In the immortal words of Trump, you're fired. They come on. Whether he fire you or you have enough self-respect, get your ball and go home. Don't sit around and wait on this guy to fire you. Go. Your resume should have been out. Why are you even there? So,
Right.
I mean, the last thing I'm gonna say about it is this, Dave. This man, honestly, now he sees none of the court cases are gonna work. I want to say within the last week, 12, 30, about 20 court cases have been thrown out. Now he's working on the military. He honestly thinks now that if he fire enough generals, that he will actually be able to put some of his sympathizers in charge. And I don't know if he thinks that they're gonna like surround the White House and say, "No, Joe Biden, you can't come in." Not by the hair of my chin. I don't know what he thinks, but I'm gonna say, people, please stop the madness. Stop encouraging this dude to look even worse. Or, Dave, I have to say this. In the words of Scaramucci, Trump is gonna leave for Christmas and never come back.
I can't wait for more drama.
Yeah.
I can't wait for it.
All right, Dave. Well, it's nothing worse than beating a dead horse because it only makes it stink more.
Right.
So I'm gonna say hasta luego. To you, Dave. I hope that's right. Is it hasta luego, Dave? Is that right?
Yeah, it's like see you later.
Okay, well that's what I'm going with because we're all gonna. I say that, Dave, because they say we're all gonna stop speaking English and have to speak a foreign language. So that's the one I'm gonna choose because I already know how to say goodbye in that one.
Perfect. Talk to you later,
right.
Carolyn.
Bye, Dave.
Bye, guys.